Haddish. She been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes.
No, they like
Wherever
Tiffany
you
Haddish
at under the sound of my
she's
voice,
real.
do you have a real? You got one?
I have 3 boys.
Excellent.
Yes, I do.
Aren't boys simple? Aren't boys simple?
They can be. They can be. Yeah.
Wanda knows she
What?
She didn't do as much cooking in the latter years as she did in the beginning.
Whatever. I cook. I do it all.
I didn't say that you
Well,
didn't.
that's right. I did it in the beginning and the middle and the end. You know, I was excited to really have him in this studio, to be honest with you. And I felt like as he started to talk in the beginning, he had an agenda, like to attack me. And I kept feeling some type of way. And I'm like,
did you feel the tension in the room before he even started talking?
I felt the tension. I did. And then I said, okay, where's this going? So honestly, because of the respect that I have for him, like I felt like he's one of the comics that is.
Looks like the fire between Katt Williams and Tiffany Haddish is only getting wilder. And Tiffany ain't stepping down one bit. She's coming for Katt with no breaks, and this is turning into one of the messiest showdowns in comedy right now. People always act like only rappers or pop stars bring the drama, but nah, comedians? Their shade cuts deeper than any diss track out there. Tiffany just raised the stakes big time by hinting that Katt might be the reason Wanda Smith's career hit a dead end.
They like her because she want to sleep with a white man. That's why the only thing she said was, I want to give it to Brad Pitt. The only thing before that in the movie with me is I slept with this white man and I got a white baby. She had a white husband for the 14 years she been doing comedy, and then all of a sudden divorced him.
That's a heavy claim to drop. And now fans are sitting back like, is she telling the truth? Or is this just her way of trying to drag Katt's name through the mud out of pure spite? Either way, this beef is no laughing matter. It's straight chaos. At first glance, Tiffany and Katt beefing sounds kind of random, right? Like, where did this even come from? But if you know anything about Katt, most of his mess starts out of thin air. The spark? Katt hopped on Club Shay Shay and went all in on Tiffany. He straight up said she lied about ever performing at the Comedy Store. According to Katt, she never even touched that stage. And that's not all. Katt kept going, claiming Kevin Hart was just an industry puppet who only got put on so he could open doors for Tiffany. Wild, right? This ain't over. Not even close. According to Katt, Kevin Hart's the whole reason Tiffany even got her shot at fame. Katt made it sound like there weren't no gatekeepers, but somebody definitely flung those doors wide open for her. And Tiffany? Oh, she wasn't about to let that fly. She clapped back hard, reminding everybody that she built her name from the ground up with real hustle, laying out her grind like it was her official resume. And she didn't stop there. Tiffany threw in some slick shade saying, "I'm not mad. I just wish he would get his facts right about me. Dang, I guess I'll send him a reminder text." And just when folks thought she'd cool off, she hit him with a jab that had everybody talking. Are we sure that's Katt Williams? He kind of looked like Charleston White. Ooh, Katt stayed silent. But Tiffany? She kept that energy going. She even called him out for being an addict. Then, trying to smooth it over, she posted, "I'm looking forward to us working together again, Katt Williams. We'll definitely have fun because I'll be talking mess on set every day." She added, "Katt Williams say he don't have no substance addiction, and I believe him." But then came the curveball. She couldn't resist throwing shade, saying that lighter leash he rocked at the Emmys made her side-eye that whole statement. But here's where it gets messy.
They already ready to down Monique and up somebody who has showed them Girls Trip. Did you think she wrote Girls Trip goofball?
Right.
Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it to her? It's up to you, whatever you want to believe.
But the movie the Girls Trip movie?
Yes, ma'am. The one with with 3 of our greatest black actresses in it? You mean that one?
Right. But I'm just saying, Tiffany Haddish.
Ma'am, you could have had that role and everything that happened would have happened unless you thought you were necessary to write the Saturday Night Live monologue.
Tiffany calling out Katt's habits had folks raising eyebrows like, wait, ain't she been in the headlines for those back-to-back DUIs? And let's not even open up that can of worms about that lawsuit with all those claims involving minors. The nerve. And here she is, bringing all this smoke Katt's way just because he lit up this whole feud. This ain't just spicy anymore, it's straight up scorching hot, and neither of them looks ready to cool off anytime soon. Even though Katt didn't fire back right away after Tiffany's wild jabs, don't get it twisted. The beef is alive and well. Now folks are starting to think Tiffany's holding on to a serious grudge, pointing fingers at Katt for messing up Wanda Smith's career. And surprise, surprise, all the drama keeps circling right back to Tiffany. So let's take it back to 2018 when this whole mess really popped off. Katt showed up at Wanda Smith's radio show for what should have been a chill, easygoing interview. But nah, it went left quick. What started smooth turned petty fast, and before you knew it, the whole room was on fire with tension. Everything was cool at first between Katt and Wanda. That is, until Tiffany Haddish's name got thrown into the mix. That's when the vibe switched up completely. See, Katt never really rocked with Tiffany's style of comedy, and like always, he didn't hold back. He said straight up she hadn't earned her spot in the game, no matter how long she'd been grinding since way back.
They think they can rewrite history. Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made... All lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory.
But Katt didn't stop at just throwing shade. He went all in, saying Tiffany had never headlined her own tour or dropped a legit full stand-up special. And the real bomb? Katt flat out called her an industry plant. According to him, Tiffany didn't blow up off talent or hard work. She was chosen. This mess? It's only getting deeper. Why? Katt said it plain. He claimed Tiffany's fame came easy because she's light-skinned and more digestible for the mainstream, especially white audiences. That's a bold claim, and he didn't back down either. He even doubled down, saying there's plenty of female comedians out here with way more talent who never get that kind of shine. According to Katt, Tiffany gets under his skin because, in his eyes, the math just ain't mathin'. That's when Wanda tried to step in and cool it down. She jumped in to defend Tiffany, saying she was always real and never switched up who she was. But Katt? Nah, he wasn't letting it slide. Instead of easing up, he turned the heat all the way up. He kept pushing the idea that Tiffany didn't earn her fame, that it just fell in her lap out of nowhere. Wanda thought she could flip the vibe by bringing up Katt's kids, asking him what he cooks for them. But let's be real, she wasn't trying to swap recipes. It came off like a slick shot at his parenting, trying to hit him where it stings. Big mistake. Katt wasn't having it, and he showed her right then and there. He clapped back quick, throwing it right at her, saying, "Hey kids, you got Wanda?" The energy shifted on the spot. Wanda looked shook. She didn't have a comeback for that, so she switched gears, trying to bring up Katt's legal troubles, and even started clowning on his looks, roasting his hair. This mess was spiraling fast, and the tension was real. Big mistake. Everybody knows Katt ain't just petty, he's petty with precision. If you try him, he'll roast you so bad, you'll wish you never opened your mouth. And that's exactly what went down. Katt shredded Wanda so hard she couldn't even keep up. It was brutal. Things got so out of hand that Katt later claimed Wanda was so embarrassed on her own show, she had her husband and sons pull up on him to settle the score. And yo, that's where this behind-the-scenes drama turned real wild. Just days after that radio meltdown, Wanda, her husband, and their sons really rolled up on Katt. And it wasn't just talk. There's security footage that proves the whole thing. In the clip, you see Wanda getting into it with Katt right before her husband goes full sprint, chasing Katt like it's on sight. And here's where it gets real messy. Katt swore up and down that some of those men had a weapon, but Wanda's husband tried to play it down. He said he didn't pull anything, claimed he just dropped his gun while he was running. But hold up, TMZ wasn't about to let that slide. They dropped the footage, and clear as day, you can see Wanda's husband chasing Katt into a store with what sure looks like a weapon in hand. At that point, the whole situation was way out of control. Wanda probably never imagined it would spiral like this. But once the dust settled, the fallout hit hard. She got fired from that radio station not long after. Nobody came out and straight up blamed Katt. But let's be real. If it looks like it and moves like it, you already know what's up. After that, Wanda faded out of the spotlight, and her career never really bounced back. This whole mess kicked off in 2018, and for a while, folks let it slide. Until now, when it's all back front and center. When Katt sat down with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay, he finally spoke on the drama directly. No dodging, no sugarcoating. For the first time, Katt laid it all out. He said he only snapped because Wanda blindsided him by dragging his kids into the convo, and that hit different. According to Katt, they had agreed before the mics were even hot. Keep it professional, leave the personal stuff out. But Wanda crossed that line, and if you know anything about Katt Williams, you know he keeps his private life locked down tight. So once Wanda went there, after Katt had already called out her comments defending Tiffany Haddish, it was game over. She went low, so he took it even lower, and didn't look back. Katt made it clear he had nothing to do with Wanda losing her job. According to him, she messed that up on her own. He claimed Wanda tried to clown him live on air, but ended up saying stuff that rubbed a lot of folks the wrong way. And remember, this went down in Atlanta, a city that stands strong with its LGBTQ+ community. Those comments didn't sit right, and just like that, Wanda's support started vanishing. Katt didn't stop there. He circled right back to that whole scene with Wanda's husband, saying it was way more dangerous than people even realized. He said it wasn't just some heated back and forth. They were out there really trying to take him out. Katt stood on that during his Willie D Live interview, swearing he never called in any favors or played dirty to get Wanda canceled. But Wanda wasn't about to let that slide. She clapped back, saying Katt was flipping the story and twisting it all up. Wanda wasn't holding back when she spoke on it. She said Katt came into that interview with some weird, heavy energy from the jump. According to her, this wasn't just some little misunderstanding that spiraled. The tension was thick the second he walked through that door. Wanda said the whole vibe that day felt off, like something wasn't right from the start. In her words, Katt walked in on straight attack mode. Every question she tried to ask, he flipped it on her, throwing slick jabs left and right, like he showed up ready to start a war instead of just doing a normal interview. And Wanda? She's convinced Katt didn't just get heated in the moment. Nah, she believes he came through with a whole agenda. In her eyes, Katt pulled up to her show ready to humiliate her, to tear her down right there on her own turf. And the craziest part? Wanda said there was nothing she could have done differently to stop it. She felt like Katt had already made up his mind before he even sat down. Later, Wanda shared a message on IG that showed exactly where her head was at after all the chaos. The caption said, "This is for anyone that come on my page with negative intention. God will deal with you, shorty. Trust me." That said it all. She wasn't playing. Sad to say, Wanda passed away last year before she and Katt ever got the chance to squash the beef. And now, the streets are buzzing with talk that Tiffany Haddish still holds Katt responsible for how Wanda's career fell apart at the end. And let's be real, it kind of makes sense why Tiffany would still feel that way. This whole mess popped off because Wanda stepped in to defend her when Katt came gunning for Tiffany's name. Wanda had Tiffany's back in that moment, and man, she paid a heavy price for it. Her career took a nosedive, and some say it never recovered. But here's the real question. What do y'all think? Is Tiffany right to still point fingers at Katt for how it all went down? Or is she holding on to blame that maybe ain't really his to carry anymore? This drama runs deep, and the truth? It's messy. If you've made it this far, you already know what to do. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single drop of the truth, the tea, and the real story every time. Drop your thoughts down below. I'm ready to see what y'all think about this wild saga. And don't go anywhere. Check out this next video. It's just as messy.